Hey, so it's how you are doing. So today I want to be teaching on how to draft Nathaniel Bray pattern. In my last video, I remember that I drafted it already before doing the Victoria corset drafting that I did in my last video. So today I thought to, just teach Nathaniel Bray pattern so that it will be very easy for those that want to really draft the Victorian corset and have no prior knowledge of pattern drafting and all. So yes, let's just go into today's tutorial. The first thing I did was to create my margin line. And after creating my margin line, this is the measurements that I'll be using for today. This is the percent measurements that I'll be using to draft this Nathaniel Bray basic bodice pattern. When it comes to Nathaniel Bray, you can't draft Nathaniel Bray pattern without having the Nathaniel Bray chart. So here is the Nathaniel Bray chart for the basic bodies. You can actually get this online, but if you can't, I'm going to drop my Telegram channel that you can join. I will drop the charts in the group so that it'll be very easy for you to also know when I upload a new video. But this chat will definitely be in the group. So please do well to join the group as I'll be dropping the chat. So you can just, if you're seeing this video now, it means that this chat is already in the group. So do well to just click on the link underneath this post to join, get the chat and follow up on this video. The next thing that we'll be doing is to create our CF, our center front. And to get our center front, we have to deduct our bust from our hip. Yeah. So this person's hip that I'm working with right now is 101.5 cm. Okay, so 101.5. The person's bust is 95 cm. So I'll be getting, I have 6.5. And the Nathaniel Bray rule says that when you deduct your hip from your bust, if you get anything from 1 to 5, means that you will be adding the sum of 5 cm to your hip measurements. And when you deduct your hip from your bust and you get any figure ranging from 6 upward, it means that you will be adding 3 cm to your hip measurement. Please, you can just rewind and listen to what I said. If you minus your hip measurement from your bust, right? If the figure that you get is ranging from 1 to 5, it means that you'll be adding 5 cm to your hip measurement. But if you get any figure ranging from 6 upward, like this one now, we have 6.5. It means that we'll be adding 3 cm to our hip measurement. So how do we go about it? We already know that now we'll be adding 3 cm to our hip. Now we'll divide our hip measurement into 2, which is 101.5 divided by 2. We have 50.75. Then we'll add our 3 cm to it, which means our hip is now 53.75. So I'll just go ahead and mark 53.75. 53.75. So now the next thing that we are going to be doing is we are going to be going to the chat. The one that looks like this. If you save it in the Telegram group, then you'll see something like this. So we are going to be using this. And on this chart, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The next thing you'll be seeing is busts. Hip, waist length, X back, chest, shoulder, top arm, 0.0, back width, and all of that, like that. That is what you'll be seeing. We will be using our bust measurements. Now, this person's measurements that I'm using now, the person's bust is 95. On this chart now, if you check this chart now, you won't see 95 there. What you're going to see is 96. So we'll be using 96. For instance now, let's say this person's bust is, let me say, 92.5. You're not going to use 92 for this person, You are going to be using the next number. Because of that 0.5, you'll be using the next number, which is 96. If the person's bust that you're working with is 96.75, you will not use 96, you will use 100. I feel like it is so explanatory. If you have the charts with you already, I believe you'll be able to follow me on this. So right now, the person's bust that we are using is 95. 95 is not on the chart, but 96 is on the chart. So we will be using 96. So everything on 96 row is what we'll be picking, right? So if you go down here, you see 0.0, CB, center back. What number is our bust? Number 5. So you just trace it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0.0 on CB on bust 96 is 3.5. From here now, I'll be using my CM since the chart and all is in CM, so we'll be using CM. From here, I'll go down by, from my margin line, I'll go down by, sorry. From my margin line, I'll go back down by 3.5, like we have in the chart, 3.5. The next thing you'll be seeing beside the CB 0.0 on this chart is 7.5, which is our back width. So our back neck width is 7.5. That is the next thing after the 0.0 on the chart, 7.5. So here now, we will be marking 7.5 here because that is what the chart is telling us that the person's neck width is going to be 7.5. So what we are doing now is we're going to rule this line, connect this 7.5 to the 3.5. The next thing that we'll be doing is we'll be going down by 3 cm, which is constant. The 3 cm is constant, right? So we'll be going down by 3 cm. We'll mark 3 cm here. So the next thing that we'll be doing is we'll be getting the person's back, right? So here on this chart, this person's back width is 40.5. This person's back width is 40.5. Let's see what this chart is giving us. So our X back is our back. The person's actual back here that is being recorded is 40.5 cm. Here on the charts, we have 38 cm. This chart and Nathaniel Bray rule also says that if you take your client's measurements now, just like we have 40.5 here, and the chart is giving us 38, you will go with the larger number. Yes, you will go with the larger number. Let's assume that the back width of my client now is maybe 36, and the chart is giving us 38. It means that I'll be following the chart number because that is the higher figure. But in this case now, my client's measurement is 40.5, while the chart here, the back here, is 38, which means I'll be following my client's actual figure that I recorded on her because it is the higher figure between the one in the chart. So now we'll be going with 40.5. So now, the next thing we are doing is we'll say 40.5 divided by 2, which will give us 20.25. Then we'll have to go in with our 20.25. 20.25. To get an accurate measurement, you know, we did 3 here, 3.5 here before now. We did 3 here, that's 6.5. To be sure that it is accurate and I'm doing the right. Okay, so yeah, 6.5. So the next thing is to connect the 20.25 to our 3 cm right here. So now, on our 0.0, these are 0.0. On our 0.0, we will go up by 2 cm, which is also constant. It's constant. Then you connect this to the 2 cm, right? So the next measurement that we need now is our armhole depth, right? So we have to also go back to the chart. That is why this chart is very important. You need to join my Telegram group now to get this chart so that you'll be able to follow up on the pattern drafting. Here we have depth of armhole, right? On our depth of armhole, you know that we are following everything that is on bust 96, right? So we'll go down to bust 96. Our depth of armhole is 22 cm. Our depth of armhole is 22 cm. The next thing that we are doing is from our 0.0. Now, all the measurement that we'll be taking now, we'll be starting from 0.0. 0.0 is our starting point. From 0.0 now, we are going to be going down by 22, which is our armhole depth. Now, we need to get the center of our armhole depth. We need to get the center of our armhole depth. So to get the center, since from our 0.0 to our armhole depth is 22, we have to divide it by 2, which is going to give us 11, right? 11. So right now, we'll be taking from here to here, 22, then from here, 11. So we'll just take this line across. We'll take this line across. We're going to take this line across. So this line is going to be our bust line. This line is going to be our bust line. That's why we are taking it across. All you need to do is to just follow me step by step, and you're just going to get it. So I took the armhole depth across. Let me rule the line so that it will be visible. So now this is our armhole depth, which is going to also serve as our bust line. So now we now have our bust line. And remember that we need to get the midpoint of our armhole depth, which is 11. So from here, we also have to mark 11, right? The next thing I'll be doing now is I'll be connecting this, our X back, to our armhole line. Our X back was 20.25. So I'll just mark it 20.25. So I'll just connect it. I'll just connect it like this. So after doing that, I'll also connect this. You remember this line? When we divided our armhole depth into two, it gave us this, right? So the next thing that we are going to be doing is we'll be going out by 2 cm. This is also standard. It is constant. By 2 cm, we extend our back line. Can you see that? The next thing I'll be doing is I'll be connecting the new 2 cm to this 2 cm that we took up the other time. We'll connect it. So the next thing that we'll be doing now is from our point 0, Also, please, if you don't know how to take body's measurements, right? There is a video that I've put up on my page. Please kindly go and watch it on how to take basic body measurement. It is right on my page. All you need to do is just click on the video and watch it. So all these terms that I'll be using, they are already well explained in that video. So please do well to also see that video so that you won't get confused at all. The next measurement that we'll be using is our nape measurement. And here, our nape measurement is 39. Our nape measurement is 39. So we'll go down by 39. And we are also going to take this measurement across 39. So now I've gone ahead to mark our nape measurement. The next thing that we'll be doing right now is we'll be connecting these dots, and also we are also taking this line across. It will be our waist line. Yes, this is going to be our waistline. So we'll take the line across. It will serve as our waistline. Now to get our hip line, that is why I said go and watch that video. From a size 8 or from a size 6 to a size 10, you can use 22 cm for their hip depth. For a size 12 upward, you can use 23 cm for their hip depth. So here's the trick. It just depends on your client's measurement, right? From a size 8 to a size from a size 6 to a size 10 or 12, you can use 22 cm. From a size 14 upward, you can use 23 cm. So here, for this person, she's a size 10. So I'll be using 22 cm for her. I'll be using 22 cm. I'm also going to take this line across, which will also serve as our hip line, right? It's going to serve as our hip line. So this is 22. Okay, now we now have our hip line, bust line, and our waistline. So the next thing that we'll be doing now is to go to our chart again. On our chart, you'll see backup. On this chart now, we have 6 on our backup. 6, which is 6 cm, which means we are going to be on bust line, on this line that connects the armhole depth to the bust line. You're going to go out by 6. So this is where we use our backup on the bust line. We're going to go out by 6 cm, and we are going to come out by 3 cm here. So here we are going to come out by 3 cm on a vertical line outside. We're going to come out by 3 cm. So yeah, you're coming out by 3 cm on the vertical line. You will take the line up, connect it. So we have to connect from here to here to here to here, right? So now we have to connect from here to this point, to this 6 here. We're going to connect it together using our curved ruler, right? Can you see that? And the next thing I will be doing is to just connect this to this. So now we have our hammer curve for the front. And also just go ahead to just connect. You can just go ahead and just connect this from here to this point also. So yeah. So the next thing I will be doing now is we will be dividing our hip line into two. If you remember that our hip was our hip is 0.101.5 divided by 2, right? Then we added the 3 cm. Can you guys remember the 3 cm that we added? 2 plus 3 cm. So we have 53.75. We're going to be dividing it by 2, which is going to give us 26.875. 26.875. 26.875. So here we have 26.875. The next thing that we are going to be doing is we are going to be connecting this to this. I hope at this point you've been able to understand all that we've been doing to this point. If you don't understand, please, I would advise that you kindly rewind this video and play it all over again. So now we'll be moving to the front. This is the back. We'll be moving to the front now. Okay, now so let's move to the front, right? For this front, the point where your center front is touching your margin line is your point 0. So this point where your center front, right, this center front line and your margin line meets is your point 0. From here now, we are going to go down by 7 or 7.5, 8 or 8.5. Just hold on, let me explain. First, if you're going down by 7 or 7.5, it means that the person is on the smaller size. So let's say you can use 7 for a size 6 to, let's say, a size 8, right? And 7.5 for a size 10 to a size 12. Your 8 to 8.5 also, just like that, from a size 12 to maybe a size 16, you can use 8. From size 16 upward, you can decide to use 8.5. So it just depends on your client's size. So for this person, now this person is a size 10. So I'll be using 7.5 for this person. Right, so we'll be going down by 7.5. I'll be going down by 7.5. So now I've gone down by 7.5 because my client is a size 10, right? For the front, this part, for the front right here, we use our back neck width, which was 7.5. Yes, we use 7.5 for our back neck width. So we are going to also be using the same 7.5 here for our front neck width, which means we'll be going in by 7.5. 7.5. So to just be accurate, let me see. Okay, 7.5. 7.5. So the next thing that I'll be doing now is I'll be connecting this to this, right? I'll also mark 7.5 here and connect it. So the next thing that we'll be doing now is, kindly note, from point 0, from point 0 on CB, we are going to be going down by 4.5 cm. We'll mark it here. So if for a small size, you're going to go down by 4.5 cm. For a big size, you're going to go down by 4 cm. Let me repeat myself again. For a small size, you go down by 4.5 cm. For a big size, you go down by 4 cm. They are also constant, right? My client is size 10, so I'll be going down by 4.5 cm. From on this 4.5 cm on point 0 on CB, I'm going to rule a straight line. I'm going to mark 16.5. 16.5 is also constant. Is also constant, right? It doesn't change. Let me come down to confirm this 4.5. Okay. Right. So you come out by 16.5 and you connect from 4.5. We'll be connecting to 16.5 here. Right. So from this angle here now, we are going to be going out vertically by 3 cm. So we are coming out by 3 cm. Yeah. So we are coming out by 3 cm. I didn't follow this because it goes down. It must be in the middle. So yeah, I went out by 3 cm. And the next thing that you'll be doing is you'll be connecting this to this, and this together. Right? So you connect this and this together. So we are going to for us to get our neck, around neck, right? So yes, this is what we have now. So we are going to go back to our chart and we'll check for that. You know how we check now? You use your bust. Like what we have on the roll of your bust is what is the figures that you'll be picking from the chart, just like we've been doing. So here you go to that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and our dart here is 8, right? Our dart is 8, and our shoulder that will be corded for my clients, our shoulder is 15 cm. Like I said, if you haven't watched my video on how to take a proper measurement, please kindly go and watch it. You'll understand all of this better. So our shoulder is 15 cm, our dart is 8 cm. So when we had 15 plus 8, we are going to be getting 15 plus 8, we'll be getting 23. So what we'll be doing now is from here, you mark 23, making sure that it is passing through this 16.5 line that we have here. Just as you're seeing it doing right now, that is how you're going to also do when you're drafting yours. So you mark 23. This is where 23 is here. So you take your ruler, you connect from here to here to here. So now the next thing is to connect. Now we have our shoulder slope, right? The next thing that we are going to be doing right now is from our bust line, we are going to be going up by 4 cm. We are going to be going up by 4 cm on our bust line. We are going up by 4 cm on our bust line. We are going to roll, connect this line. We are going to roll it. I don't want to roll it so much. Let me just stop here. You guys will understand why I don't want to take it far, because I'm not using a pencil. I am using a marker. So to erase it, it will be kind of hard. It won't be easy, right? So the next thing that we're going to be doing now is we are going to cross-check our chest width on our chart. So my client's chest width is 38, and on the chart right here, the chest is 39. Just like I said earlier, when you see that you cross-check, right, you will have to go with the bigger figure. When you cross-check and you see that, okay, what you recorded is more than what you have in the chart, you have to go with what you recorded. This instance now, whereby what I recorded is 38, but what is on the chart is 39, I'll be following the chart, which is 39, because it has the bigger figure, right? So now our chest is 39. We will divide 39 by 4, 39. So we'll be dividing it by 4. We have 9.75. We have 9.75. So here we are going to mark 9.75. Okay, so 9.75 is around here. I'm going to mark it here. 9.75. The next thing that we are going to do is from here, we are going to mark 2, right? Just mark 2. When I wanted to take our shoulder slope for the front, I added my shoulder, which is 15, and the 8 cm that was on the chart. So after marking this 2 now, you will have to go in with your dart, which is 8, this way. I just hope this is not going to confuse you. Okay, let's just do it this way. Not to confuse you, let me just take it all over in a way that I feel like you won't get confused. From here, mark your chest width divided by 4. Mine is 9.75. Right here on my bust line. On my bust line, I'll also mark my chest width divided by 4, which is 9.75. Which is 9.75, right? On this point, from this point, I'm going to go down by 2 cm. Then I'll now connect this, my chest divided by 4, 9.75. I'm going to connect it with a broken line. I am connecting with a broken line. Okay, done that already here. Done that here, done that here, done it here. Okay. Okay, now with a broken line. Like this. Down to the 2 cm that we went down on. Let's just call this point X. Right? Our point X. So we connect from here, our chest width divided by 4. We went down by 2 cm. We named it point X. We connect it with dotted lines. I hope you understand that now. So from this point now, where our broken line meets intercept with our shoulder slope. On that point, we are going to come out by 2 cm, right? And mark it here, 2 cm. From this point that we mark, from the 2 cm points that we mark, we are going to go in by our dart. You know, when I was drafting this shoulder slope, I handed my shoulder, which was 15, and that 8, right? Which gave us the total sum of 23 here. So this our dart here. I'm going to be marking it here, 8. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these two, right, to this point, to our point X, right? Then this 8, also 8 cm. From this our point X, I'm going to take it down to 8. So now we have our shoulder dart. I just hope you're understanding every bit of this. So now we now have our shoulder dart, and this is our shoulder, right? So now we are going to divide our chest width divided by 2. Now, you know, before we did chest width divided by 4, and it gave us 9.75. So now we are now doing our 39, which is our chest width divided by 2. It's going to give us 19.5, right? 19.5. So from here, you're going to mark 19.5. This is 19.5 here, 19.5 cm. You know now, our dart is here. And our dart has taken part of our chest width divided by 2. All that we need to do is to mark the dart that we have here. We have 2 here. From here to here is 2, right? From our 19.5 that we mark here, we're going to replace our 2. So now we have our chest width divided by 2 plus this dart that we have here. Just follow me step by step, and you're going to understand and get this right. Trust me. So now, this is our chest line. So now this is our chest line. This is our bust line. This is our dart. This is our neck. This is our shoulder slope. I hope you all are understanding this. So now the next thing that we're going to do is from this point here, we're going to come out by 1.5. Vertical line, don't forget. 1.5 by 1.5. Just come out by 1.5 here. 1.5. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to connect this point to this point. Right. After connecting it, you're going to measure from here to here. What do we have? We have 13. So 13 divided by 2, you're going to be having 6.5. So you mark your 6.5 here. You go in by 1. Just create a dot here when you go in by 1. So the next thing that we're going to do is to connect it. You know, when we wanted to connect this one, we checked the chart. We got a backup of 6. We marked it here. So that was how we were able to get where our armhole curve was going to stop. So here now we don't have 1 yet. So this is how we are going to get it. This right here is our BUP, which is our back under arm point, right? So now we are trying to get our FUP, that's front under arm point. So this is how we get it. First, we are going to measure what we have on our BUP, from BUP to center back, right? We are going to mark it from here to here. We have 26.5 cm, right? So what we have on our back pattern from BUP to center back is 26.5. Let's put it down, 26.5, right? So now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to divide our bust measurement divided by 2. What's our bust? 95 divided by 2. When we divide 95 divided by 2, we get 47.5, right? 47.5. So 47.5 minus what we got from our BUP to our center back in front here that we just measured, which is 26.5. We are going to minus 26.5, which is going to give us 21. That is when we deduct our bust divided by 2 from what we got on our back bust line. We got 21. So whatever figure that you get, you must add 5 cm to it, which is also constant. Yes, 5 cm, which is also constant. So when we add it up, we get 26. Our FUP is now going to be 26. Measure it, 26, which is here. Right? So the next thing that we're going to do is we will be connecting. So the first thing that you need to do here is you have to connect from this point, shoulder slope, to this 1 cm to your chest line first. So that is what you're going to do first. First, connect it together. Right? So after this, the next thing that we're going to do is we'll be connecting from here, from your chest line, to this 1.5 cm to your FUP. So you're going to be connecting the lines together. So here. Now, this is our front armhole curve, right? So the next thing that we are going to do is just to connect our FUP to our hip line here. So like this, as you can see, we are done with our pattern. If you watch the Victorian corset pattern drafting that I did in my last video, you will see that this was what we used to draft the Victorian corset, right? So, but our pattern drafting haven't end here. We need to do our waist shaping, right? Yes, we need to do our waist shaping. So to do that, we are going to come over to the front here, go through our client's measurements. We are going to check for true waistline. My client's true waistline is 45.6. Like I said earlier, go and watch the body measurements video. You're going to understand all these terms that I'm using. So my true waistline is 45.6 cm, and that is what we are going to take from here. From here to here, 45.6. So after getting our true waistline, we got 45.6, and we've marked it. The next thing that we're going to do is you're going to measure what you have from here, from your waistline to the new true waistline point that you just marked. So you're just going to measure it from here to here. We have 3 cm from here to here. So you're going to divide 3 divided by 2, which is going to give us 1.5. You come here to the middle here to your side back, side front, SF, to your side front. You're going to come to your side front and you're going to divide it. The figure that you have on your center front, you divide it by 2. You come to your side front, you're going to mark 1.5, because if you divide 3 by 2, you're going to get 1.5. You also come to your side back, you mark the same 1.5, right? So what you're going to do next is you're going to connect this to this. Note, please don't just connect it together. No, first connect your side front to your center front, right? And from there you connect your side back to your center back this way. Can you see? Exactly. So this is how we are going to do it. So the next thing that we are going to be doing right now is from your center back, you are going to be going in by 2 cm. Right? This is us snatching or taking the excess that we have on our back to avoid gaping and all of that. Yep. So now we're going to connect these 2 cm to, hey, what did I just do? Jeez. So we're going to connect this 2 cm to our point 0. Sorry, this line is a mistake. I'm so sorry. We are going to connect this to our hip line. Like this. Please, this is a mistake. Please. That was a mistake. So from here to here, from here to here. So now that we've gotten our true waistline, right? This is our true waistline. It means that we will not be making use of this, our initial waistline, any longer. We will be making use of this waistline. Now that we've gotten our true waistline, which is this new waistline that I just drew, we will not be using our initial waistline again. This is the waistline that we'll be using now. So let me say I want to transfer this pattern into a new pattern. I will not be making use of this waistline. I'll be making use of this, our true waistline. So now let's just shade this out of our pattern, because this isn't part of our pattern anymore. This is a mistake. So this 2 cm that I went in by isn't part of our pattern, our back pattern any longer. So the next thing that we'll be doing now is we are going to be getting our dart line. And to get our dart line, we'll be dividing our back width divided by 4. We'll be dividing our back width divided by 4. Our back width is 40.5 divided by 4. We will be having 10.125, right? 10.125. So from here, so now, like I said, we will not be using this waistline again. We'll be using this new waistline, right? So 10.125, and we'll be starting our measurement from these 2 cm that we've taken out of our pattern. That isn't part of our pattern anymore. So 10.125. This is 10.125 right here. And now to get our dart line, right? We can decide to go up by 12 or 13 cm. And you can decide to go down by 15 to 16 cm. It just depends on you, what you want. If you use 12 cm, it is going to work. If you use 15 cm, it's going to work. If you use 13 cm, it's going to work. If you use 16 cm, it is going to work. Just choose any one that works for you, right? So I'll be going up here by 12. I'll be going up here by 12. And I'll be going down here by 15 cm, right? 15 cm. The next thing is to connect the lines together. So now I have my back dart line. Now let's move to the front. Let's get our front dart line. To get our front dart line, we are going to divide our chest width into 4. I think we did that to get our point X here, which was, I think we got 9.75. So from here also, we are going to mark 9.75 on our true waistline. So this is our 9.75. The next thing that we are going to do is, from this our point X here, we are going to go down by 4 cm. To get our dart line, we are going to go down by 4 cm. We'll mark it. So now, the next thing is you're going to connect from the 4 cm that you went down on point X, connect it to our 9.75. You're going to check what you have there. So I have 13.5. Whatsoever you get here, even if you get 10 here, just know that you're adding 2 cm to it to get the down dart line. If you have 20 here, you're adding 2 to it also to get 22, to get the back, the down dart line. So now I have 13.5, which means I'll be adding 2 to it, and I'll be getting 15.5 here for my dart line. To get an accurate measurement from here to here should be 9.75, which is here. So now I'm just going to connect it together. So now I have my front dart line. The next thing that we are going to do right now is, we are going to be measuring what you have from your side back to your center back, right? So from here to here, I have 24.5. I have 24.5, so I'm going to write it down. 24.5, right? I also go to the front. From my center front to my side front, I have 26.3. I'm going to write it down, 26.3. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I'll be adding up 24.5 plus 26.3, which is going to give us 50.8. So now we are going to divide our waist measurement into 2. My client's waist measurement is 76 cm. Now I'll be dividing it by 2, which is 38 cm, right? So now 50.8 minus 38 cm, we'll be having 12.8 cm. So the excess that we have on the waist that we want to take that for is 12.8. Let me repeat myself again. The excess that we have on our waistline that is warranting us to take this dart is 12.8. Share the dart in this proportion. The two sides, the side front and the side back, get 50%. The front gets 30%, while the back dart gets 20%. I'm going to repeat myself again. The side front and the side back share 50%. The front gets 30% of the excess on the waist, while the back gets 20% on the excess on the waist. So this is how we are going to do it. Since what we have is 12.8, we are going to divide our 12.8 into 2, which will be giving us 6.4. We are going to divide 6.4 into 2 because 6.4 is 50%, and the side front and the side back will be sharing the 50%, right? So we are going to divide 6.4 into 2, which is going to give us 3.2. So on our true waistline now, we are going to be taking 3.2 cm. 3.2 cm for the front. This is my 3.2 cm for the back. For the front, you're going to come down here on FUP, 4 cm on FUP, and you're going to connect the 4 cm to the 3.2 cm. I'm going to connect this to the hip line using your French curve. Right? From here, from BUP, you connect straight to your 3.2. And from here, with your French curve, you're going to connect it back to your hip. And this is what we have. So now, we have 6.4. And we have to share 30% here. We have to share 20% here. Right? So this is what we are going to do. Like I said, we've shared the 50% on the side front and the side back. On the side front and the side back, yes. So the next one that we are going to do is we'll be sharing 30% for the front dart and 20% for the back dart. And to do that, we are going to do 30%, right, times 12.8. This figure that we have. So this is 3.84. We are going to be sharing this 3.84 on the two sides of the dart leg. Let's divide it by 2. We're going to be getting 1.92. So here, 1.92. Right? On this other end, 1.92. Right? 1.92, 1.92. So now we are going to connect. So now we've gotten our front darts. Now it's time to also do the same for the front, for the back. Let's get our back darts. Just the same way we did the front, right? 20% times 12.8, which is going to give us 2.56 divided by 2, because we'll be sharing it on the dart legs. On the dart leg, sorry. So we have 1.28. We're going to take 1.28 here. We're going to take 1.28 here. Right? And we are going to connect. And we are going to connect. So now this is our Nathaniel Bray pattern. Now we are done. We have taken our side shaping. We've done our side shaping. We've taken our back dart and we've taken our front dart. So now we are done. Now let's check if we got the calculation of our dart right. Right? We had 12.8. So now let's check if we're right. Let me see what we got for 30% times 12.8. 3.84. So let's just add it up and see if we were correct. So we had 3.84 plus 2.56 plus 6.4. Can you see that when we had all the data that we took and the side shaping that we took, we are still going to arrive at our 12.8. So we are correct. So yes, we've come to the end of our Nathaniel Bray basic block pattern. This is all that you need to know about Nathaniel Bray. I hear people say that Nathaniel Bray is very hard and all of that, but I think I have been able to simplify the basic pattern of Nathaniel Bray to you all. Kindly let me know if you have any question in the comment section. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Thank you. And also let me know what next you want to see on my channel. Thank you.